Welcome back to Love is Blind Season 7 cast members as emo songs. All right, up first we have Nick D. So Nick D is Blink-182's What's My Age Again. I think an honorable mention could also be Simple Plan's I'm Just a Kid. This is another self-explanatory one. Nick obviously just has some growing up to do. He needs to be told when to take the trash out. He lives in his parents' basement. He's not paying his bills. He does not know how to make pasta. He thinks pasta is found in the refrigerator. Yeah. So I just feel he's a little behind in growing up. At first, I did think it was weaponized incompetence, but I really do think Nick's a sweet guy. Just has some growing up to do. He's Blink-182's What's My Age Again. Up next is Hannah. So Hannah is 3 Days Grace's I Hate Everything About You. Once you tell a man he gives you the ick, it's over. That literally means disgust and disdain. So I don't know what Hannah was doing in that relationship for the long term. I honestly feel like when they came out of the pods, she already wasn't really attracted to Nick. And she kind of just like strung him along, trying to find reasons that he wasn't good enough. And she did not like that man. It's pretty obvious. I'm glad they didn't make it to the altar, but I still feel so bad for Nick and his dear sweet mom for experiencing what they thought was love and essentially being left blindsided by Hannah. Okay, Tim/Drake is up next. So Tim, I personally feel like he was a really great partner and he definitely will make someone really happy someday, but it seems like he's missing a little bit of closure about the loss of his sisters. That story lingered on his tongue far too often and too long in the pods, and I do feel like there's like a bit of a chip on his shoulder related to that. Granted, it was very much warranted, but the way that he reacted to Alexandra's meeting of his parents, not respecting them, I think it's because they're really like the only people he has left in his life. He faced a terrible loss, and I think he just needs to find closure for that so that the ghost of them is not just lingering about. Up next is Alexandra. So Alexandra's Flyleaf's I'm So Sick. Alexandra, I too am afflicted with RBF, but it just seemed like she was constantly not wanting to be in the place that she was with Tim. It felt like she wanted to be out of that experience as a whole. And it felt like she was also just stringing him along throughout the way, making everyone just draining the energy down around her everywhere she went. I also found it very interesting that every single other couple brought the parents a gift, flowers. They were so jovial and happy to meet them. I think Tim had an amazing point. The way that her whole aura was off, like there was a one-handed hug when she met her parents. She had her hands in her pockets a lot of the time. I think Alexandra just hated that experience, did not want to be there. She was sick of it, and she's Flyleaf's so sick. Up next, we have Ramses. So Ramses fully embodies Taking Back Sunday's liar. He is an addict for dramatic. He confuses that with love. The way he went tit for tat in so many arguments with Marissa. The one about her service just baffled me because he knew that about her before entering the pods. Like, why wouldn't you have that conversation before asking for her hand in marriage? The way that he came in and allowed her to break down her safe spaces by pretending to be like a different type of man was just such a scam. He's Ramses the Scamsies. He's a liar. And the fact that she like couldn't even have bodily autonomy with a man that you would feel like would provide that to you is just truly disgusting. He embodies this song to a T. All right, last but certainly not least is Marissa. So Marissa embodies Paramore's Decode because I honestly feel, even as a viewer, I felt blindsided by that dumping. I don't know how they got there. I feel like everything that Marissa was at the apartments, she was in the pods. She's a pocket full of sunshine. She's educated. She had that long commute and was still able to like bring so much joy to their home. I don't know how they got into that situation. I doubt she ever will receive closure from that because Ramsey's worked from a really great script. And I hope somebody someday that deserves her finds her. Marissa is Paramore by Decode. She used to know Ramses really well, but he was not the person that he pretended to be. And that wraps up Love is Blind Season 7 cast members as emo songs. Hey, if you want to see this with any other shows, let me know in the comments.